Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to talk about the Canon G1X Mark III, why I was excited about it a couple weeks ago and all the specs and everything are leaked and pretty much it's coming out now, and now why I'm very disappointed about it. One of the biggest competitors in the point-and-shoot market right now, or one of the biggest markets, is the Sony with their RX100 line. Their Mark IV and Mark V were very, very successful cameras. The Mark V is very successful. You can find it for about $1,000 right now, and you do get a whole hell of a lot with this. I bought this at one point. I've owned the Mark III, I think, for almost a year, a couple of years ago, and I, played with the Mark IV, obviously. For what it is, even though I returned it and everything, the RX100 Mark V is an amazing camera. Once again, it's about $1,000. This, when this first came out, it was going to have dual pixel. It was supposed to kind of outbeat what Canon had with their EOS M5 and M6. This just looks like it's pretty much the same thing except without an interchangeable lens, and I'm going to get into this in a second. But what do you get with this so far? Well, first of all, the first version you could find for about $650. Pretty fast lens for what it is, 24 to 120, f2 to 3.9, tilt touchscreen, it flips up. So you're getting a good value for something like this, be it was $800 at some point. So that's pretty cool. The one thing I really wanted in something like this is something around the same price from Canon that was probably a little less or right around what the EOS M5 and M6 were, because you didn't have to buy into the interchangeable lenses and had dual pixel autofocusing. So what this is actually going to have, though, is a crop sensor, a CMOS crop sensor. Absolutely great for something like this. Dual pixel CMOS. Yes, this is one of the best on the market. It is that. It's using the newer, faster G1X 7 processor. Still doesn't do 4K. And at the price I'm going to mention in a minute, I am getting, that's disappointing, even though I kind of don't care about 4K. But for what you're paying for this, you better at this point. And essentially, pretty much nothing else to really care about. The other thing is this has a hinge right here, and I'm pretty sure now that it has a viewfinder compared to the Mark II, which didn't, that's going to flip out to the side. So as you see, this is what the G1X Mark II, G1X Mark III is going to look like. And if you really want further pictures, we can look right here. But you're also going to pay a solid $1,300 for this camera. I see absolutely no one being really interested in this. If you are, let me know down below. I think it's utterly ridiculous, and it's been reported and translated and leaked that it's going to cost about $1,300. This needed to stay around $800, if not a little less, and that's, yeah, no, I just see it being a failure. And the other thing right here is the lens. The lens is a, what is it, 15 to 45 millimeter, so that's kind of a limited range. Is that really all it is, a 15 to 45 millimeter? So it's like a 27 to 72 if converted to full frame, 2.8 to 5.6. That at 5.6 for $1,300 is absolutely garbage. When you're even getting the RX100, which is amazing, you're getting a 2.8 out at 70, so you're losing a ton of light for something that you're paying $1,300 for. I was very excited for this at first. I'd say this isn't worth looking at whatsoever. Look at the EOS M5 and M6, and you'll have something way better that's even more affordable than this right here. Canon, you missed the mark on this one. I think this is supposed to have a mic jack. That was one of the big deals. I don't know if that's 100% true, but at this point, I kind of don't care because this would have been a good vlogging thing. Look at the M5 and M6. You're not beating Sony's RX100 Mark V line. You lost.